And hi gang, I'm MyRadar meteorologist Matthew Capucci. Winter is back. We're talking potential higher impact system for both the central and the eastern United States, impacting many big name cities with rain, snow, sleet, ice, and everything in between. Despite the wintry forecast, the system actually still has yet to develop. It's parked about 1,000 miles west of Oregon right now over the northeast Pacific. It's a shortwave trough, or a dip in the jet stream, within which is nestled cold air, low pressure, and spin that will eventually move ashore the Pacific Northwest on Thursday, bringing them heavy rainfall and eventually start to acquire some wintry characteristics. High pressure over Quebec and Manitoba is helping to reinforce cold air across the northern plains. That will set the stage for snow. At the same time, this low will eject east of the Rockies, helping to generate a new surface low over the Texas Panhandle, but with a strip of low pressure all across the central and northern plains. That is key for snow production. The snow gets going on Friday night across eastern North Dakota and the James River Valley of South Dakota, as well as southwestern Minnesota, where 6 to 12 inches could fall into the corn belt in Iowa as well. Eventually, that area of snow pushes south and east, heading towards the Ozarks, where plowable snow is also possible. That's where things get a little bit interesting. You see, the low pressure wants to take a left-hand turn and move eastwards as it reaches the Ozarks and eventually Missouri and Arkansas. In doing so, it could bring some snow to Tennessee, including Memphis, where plowable snow is not impossible, but then it starts transferring its energy to a new low at the base of the Appalachians. As we head later on Saturday, some wintry weather is possible in cities like Birmingham and Atlanta, and though a cold rain is more likely, we can't rule out some festive flakes there. Same thing in Nashville, Tennessee. Then things start really cranking as that new low starts to work up the eastern seaboard. We don't know yet how far inland it will be. Farther out to sea, less moisture, but everybody's on the cool side of the storm. Farther inland, more warm air, but also more moisture. That's why precipitation type, especially in cities like Washington, D.C., Baltimore, New York, and Boston, is still very much up in the air as we head later into Sunday and especially Monday morning. What we know at this point is that the Appalachians, and especially areas near and just to their east, like parts of Pennsylvania, New York State, down into West Virginia, and even eastern Ohio, could see the best chance of accumulating snowfall with 6 inches plus possible, and a non-zero chance some folks pick up more than a foot. Farther east, things might start to snow, especially along the Interstate 95 corridor, before a messy changeover that could eventually lead to fully rain. There's also a concern in the Carolinas that we could see freezing rain, thanks to cold air entrenched near the surface, warm air overrunning it, and rain falling and eventually freezing on contact with the surface. That could be really problematic with ice storm conditions possible there. Weather models are still waffling back and forth in their simulations, so we don't know things like timing, totals, amounts, or even precipitation type yet. I think we'll have a much better idea on Friday when the instigating upper air disturbance is over the Pacific Northwest, at which point we can start launching weather balloons into it and better sampling it for better computer model data. As a result, we'll have to wait until then to get a really good forecast. That said, this does look to be a disruptive storm across many northeastern population centers and major metropolitan hubs, so the Acela corridor could see travel delays, as could many folks facing air travel as well. But of course, here at MyRadar, we are keeping you abreast every step of the way, and we will watch this around the clock in the days ahead.
Follow MyRadar on social media: Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube. Download MyRadar on iOS, Android, Amazon Alexa, Xbox, and Windows.